Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Kareem, and I am a head coach at the FDM Weight Loss Program. And today I'm thrilled to interview brother Mubasher, who's gonna share his thoughts on the weight loss program. So, brother Bash or Mubasher, welcome to the call.
Assalamu alaikum, Coach Kareem. Thank you for inviting me to this call.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure as always to speak to you.
Thanks, bro. Pleasure is shared. So, bro, could you please introduce yourself? Just give us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, no worries. So I am 33 years old. I work for the government. I am a tax inspector, which normally scares quite a lot of people. But I'm a very friendly guy.
Yeah, you are. So awesome. So, we dive deep into it. Okay. So tell us, bro, what made you decide to join the FDM weight loss program?
I have been training since probably the age of 21. And then as and when I got older, certain life events and career and things like that led to sort of, getting lazy and things like that. So I stopped kind of training for a few years. But I've always had it in the back of my mind that, you know what, if I wanted to get in shape, I would know exactly what to do to get back in shape. And then at some point, I think I was kind of, getting on the BMI. I was literally just short of, obese. I was definitely on the high scale of overweight. So yeah, I kind of started dieting and things like that. And then I've tried a couple of diets, and one day, funny enough, I actually put on weight rather than lose weight, and that was very demoralizing because I thought, I've always known what to do, or I've always assumed that I've had decent knowledge when it comes to training and dieting and things like that. So I just came across Adam on LinkedIn, to be honest, and I know some people follow him for quite a while. I think from the initial contact, from following him to the initial contact, it was only a matter of 5 days. So in those 5 days, I kind of vet it out. Read the reviews and kind of got a feeling, because the thing is, I'm not against the kind of having a coach mindset, but for me, it's who do I go with? Because there are a lot of people in this area of fitness and things like that are just kind of there to take your money. They're not there to provide results. But alhamdulillah, with my skills as a taxman, I was able to vet Adam quite well. But yeah, I said bismillah when I put my trust in him, and I contacted him, I reached out, and it just carried on from there.
Alhamdulillah. So before the program, what was your life like? From the lifestyle, the weight, the energy, everything?
I was definitely not very confident, because I got to the stage where I, even with clothes, the belly started showing. So a lot of the time, as just because your belly doesn't show doesn't mean that you've got a six pack or flat stomach or anything like that. But for me, for many years I got away with that because I thought, no one can see me anyway. And I think living in the UK, which is predominantly a cold climate, you don't really take your top off unless you go on holiday. So my mindset was, well, I'm only going to go abroad once or twice a year, and it's okay. I rather have just have a more sort of relaxed life. I guess I don't know if that's the right word for it, but just kind of take it easy, just eat what I want and not care, and have all the chocolates I want, and all that kind of stuff. All the jokes about I'm not a quitter, so I'm not going to quit. Eating what I want and things like that. So definitely, I would say I got to the stage where I wasn't very confident in my image. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start dieting by myself, which obviously didn't work. But yeah, I would say the very typical of a lot of people that you see nowadays. I would just eat what I want when I want. I would literally, you can give me a whole pack of chocolate, I'll finish it in one go. There was no kind of self-restraint, and even when I go out, just eat anything and everything, and things like that. So yeah, not very good. Definitely not going down the right path. given, I'm not exactly, young. I'm still quite young, but not, very young. So, I think if I carried on, it would have led to health issues and things like that.
Fantastic. So let's talk about like the program. Of course, your experience on the program. Once you, alhamdulillah, you decided to work with us, how was your experience with, I would say, like the materials, the coaching, and of course, I was your coach. How was like your experience, like as a whole?
I've had a very, very positive experience, and I would say the program for me has been life-changing. As you know, you were my coach, so I've only got good things to say about you. And yeah, Adam's prepared a lot of the materials. I think it's very difficult to understand the program without being on the program, because a lot of the times, like even my friends, a lot of them come up to me and say, "Oh, you've lost it. What did you do? Can you tell me what you did?" But I'm like, look, you can't. It's a mindset thing, I've known people that have gone and done surgeries. For example, I know a friend of mine. He's done a gastric band, and now he eats like one spoon of food and he's full. So that's not the right way. I've had other friends that have perhaps had vasal liposuction and things like that. But again, they put the weight back on, because the thing is, if you don't fix your relationship with your food, which is, I sound like Adam now because I sound like one of his disciples or something. But honestly, like, I'm not getting paid to say this or anything. There's no incentive in it for me. I just want people to kind of recognize and understand that, until the mindset is kind of changed. And I think for me, fundamentally, that's what changed me as a person. So for me, it was all positive. The material was good. It was easy to understand. But yeah, I would say overall it was very good. And again, like I said, it was such a pleasure to work with you as well. You were like, I've never. I think with these things you have to be mature as well. If you look upon your coach as like it's like a teacher student, when you're in primary school or something, then that's how the interaction will go. But I've always seen you as like as a friend, as a brother, that I've respected, and I fully trusted in your knowledge. And most of the time, I would say out of the 12 weeks that I've been on the program, I would say, other than maybe 5 or 6 days that I've maybe not kept to the to the principles, I would say I've always been very dedicated. So I've seen results, and for me, those results have been life-changing.
Alhamdulillah. Thanks for sharing that, bro. It was powerful. So in terms of like tangibles, let's talk like numbers. In 12 weeks, how many kilograms you've lost?
So I started off at 88 kilos. And at the moment, when I ended the program, just recently, I finished at 75. So in 12 weeks, I've lost 13 kilos. Even after the program ended, I've carried on. I've lost. So at the moment, I weighed myself this morning. I was weighing at 74 kilos. So it's only been a week or so since I've ended the program. So yeah, I'm very confident that going forward, I can. This is my life now. I can maintain it. I can sort of. I will never let myself slip again into bash 1.0, if you want to call it that. I'm confident that if I just carry on with everything that I've learned, I will continue to lose weight until I'm at a point where I'm satisfied.
Alhamdulillah, this is good. I'm really like happy to see you at this place, like with a new mindset, new vision on things. There is like a question or something I wanted to highlight, especially on this video for the brothers or like the audience.
Yeah.
Most people think that we do, maybe it's like a diet plan or maybe just weight loss. And we do know, both of us, that it's more than that. So could you please touch on this? And I know that you've sent me like a message saying that this program impacted you to step up in other areas of your life. So if you could like please touch on that without going into the specifics, just like general idea.
Yeah, so what I would say is I've never been on a diet. I mean, yes, there are certain recipe guides that Adam provides, which is obviously even if you're in the free group on Facebook, I think he shares that as well, one or two. So there are foods that he for those of us who've never cooked. I mean, luckily enough, I knew how to cook coming onto program, so it wasn't too difficult for me to kind of make myself some tasty recipes. But what I would say is I've never been on a diet. I've had takeaways frequently. Not even like I'm not going to quantify and say once a week or something. I've had it more than that, simply because of my lifestyle, of my work, my traveling and things like that. I think I went to one wedding where I told you before, and I was going, and I was very scared because prior to the program, I didn't know what do I have to do? Like, obviously, you don't want to offend the host, but at the same time, I was like, well, I don't know how to eat in a way that is, consistent with the principles of the program. And alhamdulillah, you've taught me that. And again, these are the kind of things that you learn. That look, just because you don't have control over the food maybe that you consume, and obviously, I would say hopefully majority of the time a person will. But sometimes you just in weddings, funerals, whatever it may be. There are still ways that you can make things work for yourself. So I've never stuck to a particular diet. It wasn't like a toxic relationship with food where I was like chicken or broccoli and things like that. It was never the case. I was full. I was satisfied. I went to bed every day happy. I had a nice sleep, so everything was good. Alhamdulillah. And in terms of the other areas of my life, so what I would take, for example, what one of the things that we learn on the program is kind of like making things a habit, and dopamine receptors and things like that. So I know one of the things you told me, for example, going back to the chocolate example, you were like, well, if you have chocolate every day, every day after you eat, your body's going to expect the chocolate, or your brain's going to expect the chocolate, because that's what the habits you're used to. So using that kind of principle, in other areas of my life, for example, I used to have I'm a smoker, so I smoke. So I used to, every time I used to go to my mom's, in the car, it's a short drive, but I always used to have a cigarette because, for me, that was just a thing I did. My brain got used to it. I've been doing it for a very long time. But now I consciously tell myself, I won't do that. So I stopped doing it. So in a way of, it's still a sort of a journey for me to kind of, work in progress. But I would say my health, just from these two kind of changes, diet and just monkey life, has been, my stamina, everything massively improved. I remember, sometimes, prior to the program, I would walk upstairs maybe 5-6 flights, in my office building, just to kind of say, oh, you know what, I'm putting on a bit of weight. I need to burn a bit more calories, even though I would eat like 2 times of it back afterwards. But, I would be all, completely out of puff and stuff. But now, alhamdulillah, I can like walk, jog, for ages. And it's not because, a lot of the times people think, oh, my stamina is weak or whatever. It's not that. It's just that I'm carrying, almost 2.5 tons less. So, you can just imagine if you had a 15 kilo plate in your backpack, for carrying that for 24 hours a day, every single day, how that would feel. So alhamdulillah, for me, the weight loss, like I said, not only has it given me, the image, now I don't feel conscious at all because, in clothes, I'm fully, I look skinny and stuff. So that's been a massive confidence booster. But on top of that, just the kind of, health benefits I can see as well, just in terms of my cardio and things like that. It's this, you can't put a price on it.
Fantastic. So, because we try to work with busier people, okay, this is mainly for like busy professionals, like business owners, etc. So they always like ask us, do I need like a gym membership? Do I need to do like to go to the gym like multiples, like a lot of hours during the week, etc. So have you gone to the gym, or maybe do you think that Like, did you rely on physical activity to lose the weight?
So a very simple answer. I've not been to the gym once. I did not even have a gym membership whilst I was on the program. So that's the simplest answer.
The other thing I liked about yourself, and also we, like in the initial stages, like you quickly, maybe in a matter of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we found like a winning formula, like systems. It's like business. I want you to like explain this to the audience, especially like business owners, like professionals. And you are like a tax person or a professional, and you do rely on systems. You build systems in your business, so you know everything is structured. It's not taking a lot of your time. And we basically did the same stuff with your nutrition and everything. Okay, so do you think that was the thing that helped you like getting like weight loss? Probably like each week you drop a 1 kg almost.
What? Yeah, 100%. What I would say, it's like, decision fatigue. So a lot of the time, people they might wake up in the morning and be like, oh, what do I wear now? And you spend ages trying to, think about what's in my wardrobe and things. Whereas if you think about all of it the night before, when you get up, you're ready to go. I can be ready in 10, 15 minutes. So it's same thing with kind of, what I did with my, food or my lifestyle. I had the same, couple of things for breakfast, and obviously we know that kind of, the legendary yogurt drink that I used to have. So yeah, I kind of just had the same. Well, but I mean, most people have that anyway. So a lot of the people at the time, most people have cereal for breakfast and things. And obviously, cereal's not the best thing to eat. But once you learn, this is what I can have. Two or three things. Just kind of repeat it again, saying a system or structure in place. You take away that decision fatigue, and then you don't have to. You can spend your energy on other things. So for me, breakfast and lunch was quite kind of. I had a set couple of 2-3 things that I used to rotate. Dinner for me was, as you know, it was always different, and that's where I left most of my kind of, I let myself kind of go a little bit more wild on dinner, because that was the time where I either go eat with my friends, or go out to eat with my work colleagues, or even if I was to get a takeaway or something from get it delivered and stuff like that. So yeah, that for me that was the winning formula. Just not having decision fatigue, and just kind of automating what I was going to have for those 2 meals at least, and then just only so you've already taken away 2/3 of the decisions that you need to make.
Brothers who are considering joining the program but sitting on the fence, what would you say to them?
We live in a society where, I think being overweight is kind of normalized. I've actually seen, I saw a friend yesterday. He saw me after a long time. He said, "Oh, he goes, you've lost weight. Are you not training?" As in the gym. And that is the problem, because the thing is, people assume that you've got a whole layer of fat on your arms, or people assume that it's muscle, or you've kind of lost weight, that you're unhealthy. It's quite the opposite. In fact, I would say your life will get so much better by losing the fat that you have. So what I would say is, look, at the end of the day, I think it requires a certain type of person, and this is why I'm sure you have those vetting calls as well. But give it a chance. In the grand scheme of things, whatever the program costs, which is not even a lot anyway. It's investment. Don't see it as an expense that it's a cost. To me, that I could have, I don't know, gone on a holiday, or I don't know, buy a car. I'm sure you can't. Cars cost way more than that anyway. But yeah, like I'm just trying to give examples. Don't think of it as the money that could be spent elsewhere. It's actually you spending on yourself. And it's like, again, going back to, I feel like I'm just copying Adam now, but so Adam says, when you look good, there's no price tag on that, and there's no price tag on that. Anyone can buy expensive car and things like that, but the reality is you can't buy a nice physique, or at least you can't buy one that and expect to keep it. Obviously there's plastic surgery and things like that, but you can't buy one and keep it naturally and things like that. So yeah, all I would say, to the brothers, whoever, or even sisters, I know obviously, you do program for them as well. is that, look, give it a chance. Just not even a chance. Do yourself a favor and go for it. Like I said, I've worked with you. I've messaged Adam a couple of times. Absolutely lovely guys. And like I said, for me, I saw you as a brother. We had a bit of banter on social media. It was funny. We've got a network of like-minded individuals. Everyone on the program kind of thing, and it's just it's funny banter as well. Everything's kind of lighthearted. I remember 2 days ago someone called you an uncle, which was really funny. But yeah, so when you're around an environment of like-minded individuals, things are easy as well. When you're dealing with things by yourself, especially if you live alone or if you have a family that doesn't quite understand what you're doing, having those brothers help because you're all going through a similar kind of journey. So yeah, like I said, do yourself a favor and go for it, and you will not regret it. I've not met anyone on the program that have said, "Oh, I've regret joining FDLM." If anything, like me, they say, I wish I joined earlier on.
Yeah, fantastic. That was really good, bro. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. Me personally, I really liked working with you. Like, you're a dedicated person, coachable, you listen, and alhamdulillah, once everything is in line, like the diet, the formula, the coach, etc., we get the results. Okay, I know that we haven't finished the program working together yet. Now we upgrade you to the muscle building program, inshallah. So yeah, again, it was a real pleasure to know a really good brother, like you said. We also we have chats on social media. We're not just robots working on social media trying to take your money. We're normal people. We have jobs. We care. We do this out of care because we will fight ourselves, and we've been in the trenches, so to speak. We know the struggle. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, brother Bash, for coming to this call today. And yeah, I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Coach Kareem. I will speak to you again soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.